Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tuition Tuesday. So it's me, your girl, Netty B, here with you all today. And for those of you who are jumping on, let me know where you are tuning in from. So you have the opportunity to either connect with me behind the scenes or on the Zoom, or you can connect with me directly through the actual live on Facebook as we speak right now. So I'm just going to check online just to make sure that I am showing and people can see me and people can, of course, hear me. Okay, so we've got Elizabeth. Hello, my lovely. How are you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. So if you've been with me over the last couple of weeks, you would have noticed that I've been sharing 5 easy ways. Well, I'm on week 3, so it's the third week right now. 5 easy ways to jumpstart your business growth into the next phase. And in week 1, we talked all things around getting clear on some things that you could do to actually move your business forward. So if you haven't had a chance to catch up on that one, pop into the guides and you'll find it in the Tuition Tuesdays. And then for last week, what we talked all about was getting yourself familiar with how you can offer new products or up level the service ideas that you are already offering. So in other words, if you have an offer, how can we make that offer that much more irresistible and that much more appealing, and how we can add additional services to your business? So it doesn't really matter whether you are a service-based business, whether you are a retail business, there's always a way that you can up level your service in order to offer something new or more robust to your specific clients. So tonight we're going to be talking just for a few minutes on the subject of going the extra mile for your customers and, of course, for your buyers. But before we go any further, just let me introduce myself for those of you who might be catching this on the replay. For those of you who aren't that familiar with me, my name is Netty Bryan, as I say, and I am the founder of Power Up Coaching Academy, which is the #1 faith and money breakthrough academy based in the UK for faith-filled female entrepreneurs and coaches. And we serve many coaches, many entrepreneurs across the World Wide Web. Okay. What we do within the academy is we train you, we edify you, we equip you, and then we release you into the marketplace so that you can serve your ideal clients with the best systems, the best tools, and of course, being able to stand out in the marketplace. I'm also the creator of the Dream Business Launchpad, which is the vehicle as to which that I serve my clients with. And I'm also the creator of the Miracle Money Breakthrough Movement, which is all about helping you to literally have a better relationship to money so that you can synchronize your spiritual and your financial destinies. In other words, get your money mindset in order, start leveling up so that you can do more of what you want to do in the world. So welcome to session 3 of the Jumpstart Your Business Growth teaching. And I've got Elizabeth on the line tonight. That's great. And tonight, I'd like you to kind of view this as a challenge. If it's the first time you're joining me, view this as a challenge, okay? And if you've been here over the last two Tuesdays, you would know, of course, that it's in order for you to get the best out of anything, you must make sure that you actually take part, okay? Or if you don't participate, then of course, what's the point in being on the live, right? If you agree with that, then pop agree in the comments. I'd love for you to share your comments. I'd love for you to share your aha moments. And of course, if you're watching this on the replay, also do the same. So over the last couple of Tuesdays, we've discovered how to understand your business strengths and how to be proactive in getting feedback from your customers and, of course, getting feedback from your clients. In today, we're looking at step number 3, which is really looking at what you can do to fuel your business growth. And actually, it's a strategy that's what I like to term no cost or low cost, okay? And there are a few ways, of course, that this can happen for you. And the one I'm going to talk to you about today, I've actually used this very often in my own business, and it's made a massive difference to how my clients respond to the service that they receive from my company. And some people may really struggle with, doing this. And of course, because they believe that less is more, right? And you'll understand when I let you know what that is. And of course, there is some truth in that where appropriate. And I truly believe that, especially if boundaries are being broken, or maybe where you might be struggling with over delivering, then of course, the less is more approach is very appropriate. And I totally agree, because, when you over deliver, that's totally wrong. What it does is it hurts your business. And of course, it brings harm to you personally. Okay. So I don't advocate for that. In fact, I coach my clients to actually do less, right? But in this context, we are going to reverse that. And we're going to say doing more is a great thing for you. So the truth is this: when you implement the strategy that I'm about to share with you from the start of your business, if you're brand new, or if you're in business right now and you feel like actually there might be something else I can do to enhance my customer satisfaction, you're going to find this a really, really beneficial thing. Your potential and your current clients are really going to love you. Okay. They're going to love your business, and they're going to want to work with you over and over again. And the other benefit is that they're actually going to be able to refer their friends to you as well. So if you're sitting there thinking, what is Netty talking about? I'm actually talking about going the extra mile for your clients and your prospective buyers, right? And that's what I'm talking about tonight. So, why is going the extra mile so important? It's really important because what it does, it leads to improved customer satisfaction. And actually, this is a very important strategy that can actually grow your business exponentially. It really, really is. So what do I mean by that? Let me just share a very quick, simple kind of example from my own business. Now, as you know, I'm a coach. And most of you are coaches and entrepreneurs, and you're serving lots of people. So, of course, I get lots of potential people wanting to book an appointment in my diary. So one thing I do is, if they're not sure about my booking system or they're struggling to use it, what I actually do is I will book the appointment for them. Okay, I'll take that role on personally, and I do that for them. Now, to some people, they might say, goodness, aren't you too busy to do that? Or I'm too busy to do that. Or can't they book it for themselves? Well, of course they can. They can do that. But for me, it's a real key entry point to my business, actually, the booking system, because if they can't get booked into my diary, I'm unable to actually build a relationship with them. And it's a way, by me giving them that service at the front door, it's a way that I'm showing them that I care about them. It's a way that I'm showing them that I'm supporting them. So does that make sense? Okay. Even if they don't become my clients, it doesn't actually matter. The most important thing is that I'm actually leaving a good mark in their eyes. And one of the things that you want to implement in your business is to make sure connecting with you becomes very easy. And of course, thinking about how easy you can make, the life of your potential clients as well. That's really, really crucial. So here's the thing. It might sound like a simple task, but how many times have you actually tried to book something yourself and the process has been really arduous, and actually you've ended up just not booking at all? Okay, so I know that's happened to me several times. I've done that previously. Now, I'm just going to share something else, something that happened to me actually at the weekend. I was in conversation with somebody they were in conversation with me, and it was a PR agency for a high-level magazine who were looking for potential coaches and business coaches to interview, right? So they dropped into my DM, connected with me, few exchanges of messages and so forth. And then the person, said to me, okay, we only take on a certain amount of people. And, there is a pre-qualifying, questionnaire and all that kind of thing. So I said, all right, no problem at all. I'm a busy woman. And of course, that person's pretty busy too. So I engaged in making an appointment with them. They're in a very different time zone to mine. So what happened was he couldn't book in my diary. So I asked him for his diary. Fine, not a problem. Managed to get myself booked in, answered all the questions, and hey presto, the appointment was booked for Saturday, just gone at 4 p.m. UK time. So on Saturday, I had a very busy day with family and other things going on. So I took the time out to conduct that interview because I don't normally work on a Saturday. Set myself up, got dressed and ready for the camera and everything like that to conduct the interview, set Zoom up, everything hunky-dory at that specific time. And then guess what happened? 4 p.m. came. I'm ready. I had this big screen telling me your host is aware that you are waiting and they will let you in shortly. How many of you have had that screen come up? You know what I'm talking about there. Okay. So I'm sitting there, I'm not anxious or anything because I'm fine with interviews. So I'm sitting there and I'm waiting. I'm tapping my fingers on the desk and 4:05 comes. No host. All right. So at this time I'm thinking, okay, maybe there's just a little glitch. 10 past, still no host. So I then decide to send them an email. Okay, so I sent them an email, letting them know that I was on the live, waiting for the person to turn up, and actually, lo and behold, there was no one there. I didn't get a response. I then DM'd. I then took a screenshot of me sitting in the meeting, waiting, because I'm a bit funny like that. I'll make sure that, if anyone comes back to me, that I've got all the bells and whistles and the stops out there already, letting them know that I've tried to connect with them. So I took a screenshot of me there, sent it to them, and you never guess what? I gave them 15 minutes. So I hung the call up at 4:15 because my time's also very, very precious. They did a no-show. All right. They did a no-show. And so after I sent a DM on the same day on Saturday, I was expecting somebody to connect with me. Lo and behold, that didn't happen, right? Sunday came, Monday came. I get a text today apologizing. And it wasn't even from the person I connected with in the first place. It was from somebody else within the team apologizing, saying that, the person who was meant to be interviewing me had problems with their internet. Okay, yes, I agree that things happen. However, from a customer's perspective, that 3-day wait for a response is not great customer service. And this is the reason why I'm telling you this, okay? It's really important that in your business, you think about how you can best serve your customers to the highest degree. All right. And I'm not saying that we've got to be available 24/7, not at all. And for me, when they offered me the opportunity to rebook, my first thought was, I don't want to do it. I don't care whether you are Forbes. I'm not interested because firstly, you didn't respect my time. Okay. And that's really, really important. Set your standards, set, how you want to be seen as a business from the outset. Okay, I'm not going to be that harsh. I may even call them back. But my point is, they've got to be able to be in a position to respect people's time. Okay. And of course, don't be available 24/7, but set your calendars. And this is what I teach in my business coaching program is I teach my clients how to set their business week up so that they're having the right amount of time freedom that works for them. Okay. But here's the thing. You should consider what you can do to go the extra mile, even before a potential client or customer wants to connect with you. So think about how you can engage your customers like that. And if you've got any ideas, I want you to pop them in the comments for me right now. But the key thing with this particular strategy is if you adopt this strategy, it really works wonders for you. Okay. However, if you don't get going the extra mile, it could end up being a situation that leads to negative feedback. And what I mean by that is if you're not the type of person that follows up regularly, you're not the type of person that has a strategy or a prompting in place in order to do that, it can leave a very negative taste in the mouths of your potential clients. And so there are many companies out there that we know that provide great customer service. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about yourself. I want you to think about a scenario where you can picture in your mind right now where you received excellent service. Was there a hotel you stayed at? Was there somewhere you dined out? Was there some type of service you received from a shop, an item of clothing that you bought? What was the customer service that you received like, and what did you enjoy the most about that? I want you to think about that for a minute, right? And get yourself in those shoes, because when you can put yourself back in those shoes, then it gives you the understanding of how you can then become of higher service to your clients, because that's a feeling that you exactly want to exude with your potential customers. Okay. So by going the extra mile for your current or your future customers, what it's going to do, it's a clear way that you can actually fuel your business growth. If you agree with that, I want you to put the word fuel in the comments. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to share with you very quickly 3 benefits that you're going to gain by using this as a business growth strategy. Number 1, if you improve how you handle your customers and, of course, your clients, you're actually going to retain them for longer. Okay. In my philosophy is this: I believe in customers for life. Okay. It's a philosophy. And that's exactly how you want to adopt your business mentality as well. Because the truth of the matter is, it's actually harder to acquire customers than it is to keep customers who are already with you. It's so much easier to sell an existing customer into a different offer than it is to actually acquire a brand new client. And that's in terms of time, output, and all of the resources that you need up front. Okay. Number 2 is you'll also get referrals from those particular clients as well, because what happens is they become your brand ambassadors. And if you haven't thought about that as a strategy in your business right now, I want you to start thinking about that as adding it in, because it can really help you. And in my business, we have what we call Power Up Ambassadors. It's something brand new that I'm starting right now for my existing and past clients, because I know that word of mouth and referrals can really go a long way for you. Number 3, you're also going to increase overall client satisfaction. And the truth of the matter is this: the happier the clients, the better they're going to rave about your service. And who doesn't want lots of people talking about you? Because it's so noisy, right? Online right now, if most of you are working online like I am, it's very, very noisy. So how can you stand out above the noise, with all of your marketing efforts, with all of your sales efforts? One of the ways that you can do that is by getting other people talking about you, talking about your service and how great it is. Okay. And the key thing you've got to remember, even if you have had multiple conversations with individuals, and let's say perhaps that they didn't sign up with you, you've done lots of clarity calls or lots of breakthrough calls. However, because you've shown them exceptional customer service at the front end, because you've shown them exceptional customer service at the front end, they are going to remember you. They are going to remember that. And here's the reason why I know this: because I've had clients that I've connected with over a year or maybe 2 years ago, and those particular clients have actually come back to me because they weren't quite ready at that particular time, but they've come back to me. And even this very week, they've said things like, "I've seen you consistently showing up. I've seen that you care about your clients. I've seen that you go the extra mile." And that's the reason why I chose to use this particular example, to go the extra mile. Okay. And these are the things that are going to keep you in front and center of your potential clients' minds. Okay. And here's the thing: because when they are, in the right place, i.e., when your clients are in the right place with you, at that particular point, they are going to remember you. And as I say, this has happened to me several times, and has helped me to actually acquire new clients. And I run my business really with grace and with ease. The next thing is you could pick up speed. And let me tell you what I mean by picking up speed. If you can respond or maybe, deliver some part of your service slightly faster, this can really help you to improve your customers' experience clients and, of course, their overall journey. You could look at exploring, other areas of delivery to see if you can find something that's quicker than how you're working at the moment. So what do I mean by that? In my business, a quick win I found is actually just utilizing real-time chat. And the easiest real-time chat is Messenger, right? And for me, that works so much quicker than actually writing out a long-winded email or even jumping on the telephone. Popping into a DM, I utilize voice notes. They really work well for me. And my clients seem to like that, and potential people that I connect with seem to like that voice connection. All right. So that's something that you can utilize as well. The benefit of doing that is so that you know that the moment someone is trying to reach out to you, that it's going to be instant. The other thing that you could do is if you've got a website, you can add a Facebook widget to your website or another widget to your website as well. All right. And the things that you can do immediately when you're responding, even if, because again, we've got to have the premise of not being available 24/7. What I mean by responding immediately, it really does mean even by saying something as short as, let me check and I'll get back to you. So what that does is it keeps that customer satisfied. It keeps that potential client happy because you've responded, but it doesn't put pressure on you to actually have to give out in that particular moment, because of course you may be doing something else. The other thing that you could do is take an individual approach, and that is around interacting with your customers and responding to issues personally. Okay. So that's rather than you maybe outsourcing it to somebody else in your team. I think a personal approach to any query or anything that's, not going well with a potential client is best dealt with by you. All right. That is another great strategy to utilize in your business. Okay. And the key for me, which always works, is about not losing the human touch. All right. I'm not saying forfeit your income generating activities, but really don't lose that human touch. And the key thing is you just don't want to automate every part of your business. Okay. There are times, of course, when certain things need to be automated and you can use chatbots and so forth, but keep the connections as human as possible. All right. I'm coming to a close soon, and then I'm going to get into the chat and connect with let's see, we've got Shauna in the live behind the scenes. Welcome, Shawana. Is it Shawana? Thank you very much for joining us. Okay, so the key for me in my business, just to share, the key for me in my business is that I can learn about my clients on a much more personal level. Okay, and what I can do is actually chat with them on social media or Zoom live or via audio call. It doesn't really matter. The most important thing is actually getting personal, because when you do this, what happens is you create a better experience for them, and also you're able to find out more about them so that you can understand how to make them happy when it comes to offering your services. Okay. The other area of interest for additional growth is to focus on winning people back. So what do I mean by winning people back? This actually becomes necessary when you think about it. If there's been a problem, or perhaps you might have received some type of negative feedback about a service or a product that you might be selling, one of the things you can do is do your best to actually help that person to solve their problem and give them something extra to actually win them back, because what you want to do is assure their satisfaction for the future. And that to me is really, really crucial. And here's the thing, people who have had a negative experience, of course, they've had the opportunity to see your stellar response, because that's what's going to happen if you've served them well afterwards. They're going to have the opportunity to see how great you've responded to them, and they actually start to become your biggest advocates, right? And next, it's important to also know your customers well. You need to learn everything you possibly can about them. And you can do this by collecting data. You can ask questions, as well as actually having that personal interaction. And then once you've got all of that information, what you can do is actually tailor your customer service to actually meet their tastes and their preferences. So knowing your customer is vitally important in order for you to be able to give a stellar customer service. I hope this is making sense to everybody. So here's an example in my business, okay? So at the moment, what I do is I offer group coaching programs. I offer one-to-one high-end offers. And I had a client who came to a group program a couple of months ago, but they quickly realized that they actually wanted to work with me one-to-one. Now, of course, working with me one-to-one is at a much more higher investment, but this particular client really struggled in a group environment, okay? So I needed to take that into consideration based on her learning style. And because of my previous training and, award and education training, I understand about visual, auditory, kinesthetic and learners. So I took the VARC into consideration with that specific client. Now, if I didn't have that awareness and I was so stuck in a box, I might have said to that client, I'm really sorry, but I can only work with you in the group setting, right? So then it would have put that particular relationship with her at stake. She would have thought I was very rigid, not moving, not being flexible and so forth. But I gave her the opportunity to actually experience, which is one of my brand values. And that is that I will be flexible, I will coach you, and I will care for you. So in that specific I was able to show that I took all of her, concerns, all of her worries into consideration. And we've been having a fantastic one-to-one private coaching arrangement ever since. Okay, she's happy, I'm happy, and the coaching is going really, really great. So for me, flexibility wins in my business. Okay, so for you, the next area that you need to be mindful of in your particular business, when you are when you do this, clients will feel a sense of security. So if you do this, clients will feel a sense of security. But when you are not this, they are not going to trust you or your brand. And what I'm talking about is being consistent. All right. It's important to be consistent. And this is important. It's about showing up. It's about being present. It's about responding. And in spite of how you might be feeling or how you might be looking, please try and show up, okay, and communicate. Also, you want to handle all of the issues that might come your way in the same manner, and make sure that you've established protocols in your business to handle complaints. A lot of people in the brand new coaching world don't necessarily think about these HR quote unquote systems and processes that you need to have in place. I mean, I've been fortunate enough because I've run business in a corporate setting as well as for myself in a community setting as well, but now online as an online coach. I've adopted all of those things when I was managing projects in the community and running a corporate business. I've taken every strategy online. So I have a complaints process, I have other grievance process, I have so many different processes that are available for my clients. Okay, so if you are at the leverage stage, or maybe you're at the leading stage, which means you're having a team working with you, the other thing is it's important to make sure they're aware of how you run your business. So they need to be inducted into your processes as well, so that they can mirror exactly how you want your customer service processes to be carried out. Okay, so they've got to be working off the same song sheet as yourself. So I'm hoping that's making sense as well. Okay. And the final thing that I want to share with you is about putting your customers first, right? So for example, you might be going to make changes in your business processes or in your products. Okay. So it's always important to put your clients first. And we do this by informing them. Now, my business is going through a bit of an update at the moment. I'm rebranding my website, up leveling my members area. So I need to make sure that my clients' business has less disruption as possible. So it's important to communicate everything that you are doing with them. Okay, so that's really all I have for you today. If you have enjoyed, I'm going to give you tasks on this subject in a moment. If you've enjoyed the content today, I want you to give me an emoji in the comments to let me know. And if you've had any haha moments, I'd love for you to actually put those in the comments as well. And I am going to go over to the Zoom in just a moment. But first of all, I want to deliver your task for session 3. Okay, so session 3 is just to kind of just finish off, is always remember, in order to grow your business, there are so many things that you can do to assist you, which really don't actually cost a lot of money. So customer service doesn't cost you anything. But like I like to call it, it's implementing the fruits of the spirit. All right. So this is how we do it in our business. Show love, treat people as you would expect to be treated. And finally, go the extra mile in any way that you can. All right. And if you are making any changes to anything in your business, please make sure that you consider the impact that it's going to have on your potential customers and your clients, and make sure that it's in their best interest as well. So if you are ready for your action steps, there are a few steps for you tonight, and I'm going to take part in this as well. Okay. Today's quite fun as far as the action steps are concerned. Number one is, what I want you to do is to share a story. If you're in business already, share a story of how you've helped a client or customer by going the extra mile. If you have not started your business yet, but you know that you've helped somebody in the past, I want you to put in there, I want you to do exactly the same thing and let us know how is it that you've helped them by going the extra mile, right? You don't need to put their name or anything or tag them unless you, of course, ask their permission that you can do that. But I'll put this in a separate post to let you know what's what. Again, here's the guidance. With regards to the story, this is what I want you to do. I want you to share the before. In other words, what was your customer's experience and why? If they were unhappy, why were they unhappy? If it's a during, I want you to tell me the second part is during. How did they discover you? And how did you understand their pain? All right. Number 3 is after. What happened after the purchase or the service that they took up with you? Where did you go the extra mile? All right. So if you like some help with this, or if you'd like some help in your personal business, or if you would like some help creating your offers and services, I want you to put the word extra in the comments now, or send me a personal DM. And then what I would love to do for you is show you how I can go the extra mile for you too. All right. And I'd love to have somebody who's listening to this live, or somebody who's on a replay, to be that specific case study. And I'd love to put up a photograph of how I show you how I can do that. Then, of course, what I want you to do is share it on social media. That's number 3, share it on social media. And number 4, for accountability, if you post your story on Facebook, please make sure you tag me in the comments. And you can do that by tagging my page, which is at official Netty B. Okay. And then you're done. That's it. Simple. 20 minutes. That will take you or less to be able to do that. And I look forward to listening to or looking at all of your comments and responses. All right. So what I want you to do is share your insights after you've completed the day's challenge. And if you've got any questions about today's topic, last week's topic, or week 1, do make sure that you reach out to me. And if you would like some support, again, I'm just going to say it again, please make sure you put the word extra in the comments, and I'm happy to connect with you on that. Okay. And we've got some chat. I'm just going to nip over to the chat now to see what we've got going on. So we're going to go to the Zoom chat first, and I'm going to nip over to Facebook. So we've got Shawana. Thank you so much. She's saying it's awesome information. Loves it. I'm glad that I was able to jump on. Thanks for the email reminder. It was on time. You are so welcome, my lovely. Do you have any questions that you would like to come on and ask us live? If you could just let me know in the comments. If you could let me know in the comments if you have anything you might want to ask. If not, then that's absolutely fine. Brilliant. Okay. She's saying she just booked a session with a client. Fabulous. Let's see how you can go over and above for this particular client. I would love to have your feedback in the comments. Excellent. All right, my darling. All right. So let's just check Facebook. Is there anybody on Facebook who has anything that they would like to add at this moment in time? I can't see any comments coming through. Okay, my lovelies, thank you so much for tuning in today. And I look forward to speaking with you again and seeing you same time, same place next week for week 4 of the Jumpstart Your Business Growth Tuesday weekly challenge. Take care. And again, I'll make sure I put the homework in for you so you can take part in doing that. Fabulous. Take care. God bless you, everyone.